Playa TV.
What's happening? I'm Leo Playa and you're watching Playa TV. Alright, today my review is on the new Star Wars trailer for the Force Awakens, which will be coming out in December this year. The second trailer, come out a couple of days ago, and being a massive Star Wars fan and geek, look at the t-shirt, B-Boy Yoda, you know what I'm saying? Basically, I watched it and then I decided to do a review for you guys. Now I'm gonna be using my phone as a mouse for my computer, just so I can go through some slides and stuff. First of all, what I want to go to in the intro to the trailer, you see a desert planet. Apparently, this is not Tatooine. I can't remember the name of the planet. I think it begins with a G. Sounds a little bit like Gandalf or Gandalf. No, he's from Lord of the Rings. I'm talking rubbish now. Ignore me. Right. First of all, so you see a planet, all desert area, and you see a ship. A little vehicle going across. I'm assuming that's the little the vehicle that Daisy Ridley's character had when you saw the first trailer. You see it going across. I can't remember who she's playing as well. You see it going across, and it stops, and you see a crashed X-wing. Well, it doesn't stop. You see a crashed X-wing, and as it carries on going, you see a crashed Star Destroyer. Now, looking for that, I mean, it looks amazing. What I reckon these spaceships have probably been crashed for a while. I'd say. I think it's just it's just going to be a visual. What I do like about this sequel so far is how it looks so nostalgic. It gives me that feeling of nostalgia from the classic trilogy, the original trilogy, which I didn't really get with the prequels. I don't think anyone did. Anyway, so that's the first clip you see. Secondly, then you get that scene of Darth Vader's burnt up mask. Now, I'd seen some some images on the internet of a character holding Darth Vader's burnt mask. That appears to be who Kylo Ren is. Now, you don't see who's holding his mask. I'm only going to assume that it's Kylo Ren. Or it could be Luke Skywalker, considering he's the only one who was there when Darth Vader was cremated. But yeah, I don't know what that means for... I don't know how the... Is that the only way Darth Vader's going to be involved in this film, or are they going to resurrect him? Is Luke going to be talking to the Force Ghost of Anakin? Who knows? Is Obi-Wan Kenobi's Force Ghost? I mean, there's so many things no one's said about this film yet, and they're keeping it quite close to the chest. And I quite like that, because when the prequels come out, I literally was always online looking at spoilers, to the point I pretty much knew the storylines when I went to see the films. And it didn't really spoil it for me because they were crap. Sorry, George Lucas. But yeah, you should have stopped at the original trilogy. You've got other people to do the trilogy. It's so good he's got J.J. Abrams to do this, because the Star Trek films are amazing. And I mean, he must be sitting there like kicking himself, like he's in charge of Star Wars and Star Trek. That's like the ultimate geek. He's King Geek now, ain't ya? So anyway, you see this scene of Darth Vader's helmet. Let's go to the next one. Then, I like this scene. You see R2-D2 standing with someone, cloaked person, who's got a robotic arm. I'm going to assume this is supposed to be Luke Skywalker, but considering in the Star Wars films, so many people get their arms cut off. Like, I think The Phantom Menace is the only film where no one actually does get their arm cut off. But yeah, second film, Obi-Wan cuts that geezer's arm off in the bar. Then Anakin gets his arm cut off. Then the third film, Count Dooku, Mace Windu, Anakin, for A New Hope, you've got that guy in the cantina, then Luke, then Darth Vader. So, I mean, out of all them people, it's more likely to be Luke Skywalker, or it's a new character. Who knows? But what I do like about this scene is it's quite reminiscent of Revenge of the Sith, actually. It reminds me a lot of when Anakin's in the Mustafar system, when he first gets there to go and kill all the Trade Federation. And so you see, because it's got that sort of red background, you can see like sparks everywhere. And he's with R2, and also Anakin only had one arm by that point. So I like that. And also, what's been going on during these scenes is you hear dialogue from Luke Skywalker saying, the Force is strong in my family, my father has it, I have it, you have that power too, are the words I believe I said. I only watched the trailer a few weeks ago and already memorised that bit. Well, that's not new dialogue, that's from Return of the Jedi. That's why when he says my father has it, as in he's not dead yet. So I think that's reminiscent of, I don't know if you remember the Revenge of the Sith trailer. They had the very first trailer had dialogue of Obi-Wan from A New Hope saying, talking about the Empire and a young Jedi called Darth Vader. I think they're probably doing the same thing with this, using the dialogue from Return of the Jedi. But yeah, this is a very cool looking clip. So then the next thing we have is... This is quite interesting. You see some hand, and it doesn't look human. It looks quite alien, really thin and small and stuff, giving what appears to be Luke Skywalker's lightsaber from the original trilogy to someone female. That can either be, I'm going to assume, Daisy Ridley's character or Princess Leia herself. You don't know. I mean, I can only... That looks like a female hand, and that looks like an alien hand, but that definitely looks like Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. So that lightsaber's... It's got a lot to answer for, that lightsaber. It was in... it's quite dark, actually, thinking about it, that this lightsaber, which is revered as a hero's lightsaber, was actually the lightsaber that killed all the Jedi in Revenge of the Sith. So that's a relic. That's an evil relic, but, you know, whatever. Next clip. I love this. You see all the X-wings flying across across that river area and like making a scene as they go along. This is like in the first trailer they did have X-wings flying across this. So this must be the same. Another clip from this scene. It looks really cool. It's nice to see that you got the X-wings back. You can slightly see the difference in the original versions to these versions, like the engine things on either side. They're not full circles, they're half circles. But yeah, it's cool. Then you get a clip of one of the X-wing fighter pilots. I think that might be Oscar Isaac. It might be someone else actually. So I'm not sure, but that looks very nostalgic. I do like that. Then this scene, you got John Boyega's character, who's called Finn, and Daisy Ridley, and the new droid B-88 running, and in the background you can see a TIE fighter blowing shit up whilst they're running away. So I don't know what's where this scene's going. Is this going to be after the scene where you see John Boyega take his helmet off and he's in the desert? I'm assuming it is. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Next scene. Then you get Kylo Ren. Well, you've seen a clip of him quickly, but this is when you first see the front of his face, and he's obviously covered up. He's got some sort of mask on with the hood, and there's the lightsaber. You look in the background, it's that sort of same red atmosphere that you just saw with R2-D2 and the guy with the robot hand. So it could be the same planet. You also see a load of stormtroopers in the background, so I think it's safe to assume Kylo Ren is involved with the Empire in some way, shape or form. He's definitely the new Sith. I think he's going to be quite a cool Sith as well. I think he's going to be up there with like Darth Maul. But only time will tell. We'll have to wait till December or the next trailer for that. Then you get this scene of all the stormtroopers standing together,
I'm assuming this is the formation of the new Empire. Obviously, you can see now that the Stormtrooper costumes, outfits have been updated. You can see in the background there's someone in the middle. I don't know who that character is. I reckon. Well, my gut is telling me that Kylo Ren is the. If there's two Sith, the two Sith rule still applies here. I'm assuming Kylo Ren is going to be the apprentice, and whoever that geezer is in the middle there is either Kylo Ren or the Master, like the new Emperor in this film. You can also see they've got the Empire logo in the middle there. It's a bit different to what it was before. It's like it's a bit updated. That's quite interesting, actually, considering when you see clips of the Rebel insignia, which is probably now for the New Republic, it's exactly the same, where this one has changed. So, well, going with the times, I guess. Maybe the New Republic are a bit retro, I don't know. Then you got these clips of TIE fighters. Now, I've heard some people complain that they might be a bit lighter than what they were in the original trilogy. Now, I'm going to put this out there. In the original trilogy, you always saw TIE fighters in space. You never see any in daylight on, like, sort of in an atmosphere flying about. So maybe that's what they look like. So get over it, all yous lot. This scene's pretty cool. You see inside a hangar bay. There's an explosion. There is actually a stormtrooper flying in the air, and the rest of them are going a bit mental. I can only assume this is either going to be a Star Destroyer or something like that. Maybe a new Death Star. That could be pretty cool. But I personally think that the Wilhelm scream might appear in this clip. It's also quite reminiscent to, I think, a clip at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith where you see the opening battle. I think there's a clip very similar to this, which did actually have the Wilhelm scream in it as well. Then you see John Boyega as Finn. This scene, you see him take off his Stormtrooper helmet. This must be the point where he's like... This is all assumptions, because I'm not reading spoilers for this film anymore. I don't want to know. I want to go and see this with a clear head. It looks amazing. And considering this week we've had a few trailers come out, quite cool ones. I'm reviewing them all. You've got Terminator Genesis, and you're going to have Batman vs Superman, and also the NWA trailer come out a couple of weeks ago. Now, I will go into this more in my review about Terminator Genesis, but they're giving away a lot of plot points in those trailers. So it's quite nice again to see that in the Star Wars trailers, they're not giving anything away. They're teasing you more than strippers tease me sometimes. But yeah, in that scene you can see him taking his helmet off, so that confirms he was a stormtrooper, I'm assuming. Or it might, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it might be a bit like A New Hope, where you see Han Solo and Luke Skywalker dress up as stormtroopers to rescue Princess Leia. Maybe he's in a situation similar to that. We'll find out sooner or later, I guess. Then next scene, you see some ships flying towards a orbiting Star Destroyer. Not orbiting, a Star Destroyer that's in space and it's not crashed, and that is original trilogy for me. It looks amazing. It gets me excited every time I see it. But then this guy, I'm going to put this out. I think this is that Captain Phasma or Pasma that everyone's been talking about. So he's like a stormtrooper, but he's got a chrome outfit, and he's got a what do you call it? What is it Superman wears? A cape. I reckon this guy's going to be quite a cool character. I reckon he's going to be up there with Boba Fett. So hopefully they'll show us a bit more about this. Then you see a clip of B-88 sort of peering his head round. Now, if you look closely, he's in the Millennium Falcon. That's a Millennium Falcon there. You can tell that's like the cockpit area where they run and go and shoot, use the gun turrets, whatever they're called. I've got good feelings about this B-88 robot. I think he's going to do what Jar Jar Binks didn't do for the prequel trilogy, well, the Phantom Menace. I think when George Lucas had the idea of Jar Jar Binks, he wanted something to appeal to the kids. He didn't appeal to anyone, he just annoyed everyone. George Lucas, you're an idiot. You should have stopped with the original trilogy. I can't say that enough. But yeah, in this one, B-88, he looks like he's going to be what Jar Jar Binks wasn't. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with him. Then you got this scene of the Millennium Falcon being chased by a TIE fighter, flying into a crashed spaceship. I reckon that'll be the spaceship you saw at the beginning of the trailer. But what's really cool is afterwards you see an inside of the cockpit of the TIE fighter, and you see the TIE fighter pilot. That looks very classic trilogy, original trilogy. They've updated the TIE fighter's outfit as well. Well, I suppose it's been 30 years since those last ones, so I still don't wear the same clothes from 30 years ago. I was 30 years ago, so they wouldn't fit anyway. But anyway, this next clip, I love it. It's the chase inside this spaceship, and you see the Falcon in there being chased by this TIE fighter, and that to me just looks like Return of the Jedi when you see the Falcon trying to get out of the Death Star after they released that. They've done that shot and they're trying to get out before it blows up. It looks just like that. It's very, very nostalgic. Then we get to the scene that everyone went, oh my... It's an amazing scene. It's Han Solo and Chewie inside the Millennium Falcon, and all you hear is Han Solo saying, Chewie, we're home. For me, that means they've not been on the Millennium Falcon for quite a long time, so this is the first time they've been inside the ship for like years, maybe. Quite interesting in this, like Han Solo's outfit is pretty cool, but it looks like Indiana Jones has dressed up as Han Solo. I know the same person played both characters, but yeah, the outfit for Han Solo looks very reminiscent of Indiana Jones. He looks, well... It's what I don't understand is why Han Solo is obviously now in his 70s in this film, because that's how old Harrison Ford is. But Chewie looks like he hasn't aged at all. Maybe I could have put a few grey whiskers on the geezer, do you know what I mean? Maybe just me, it looks like he's got puffy eyes, like he's been crying or something as well. But that's a very cool clip, and what I like about this is it's very reminiscent of the earlier pictures of Chewie and Han Solo from the first film. I think some of the promo images where you see them and they're standing the same sort of stance with the guns out. Yeah, I think that was done on purpose. So there you go. That's all. That's all I've seen for the. That's it, frame by frame. Or clip by clip on the trailers, 2 minutes long. It made me very excited. It did make me want a lot more, but I reckon what was going to happen from now on, because it's like, it's April now, April 2015. The film's going to come out in another 8 months. Is my maths good? Hope so. Yeah, 8 months. Christmas is 8 months away. It wouldn't surprise me, in between that time, there's probably another 2 trailers. Because obviously we haven't seen Princess Leia and we haven't seen Luke Skywalker. Now, we may have done, because the hand with the lightsaber and the guy with the hooded cloak with the robot hand with R2-D2. These might be Luke and Leia. We don't know. But we haven't actually seen what they look like facially. Obviously, now we've seen Han Solo and everyone's like, right, that's it. That's like, we've got Han Solo. We know what he looks like in the new film now. But we don't know what Luke Skywalker looks like. And we've seen interviews with Mark Hamill. He's grown a beard, then he's got a really big beard, then he's had no beard. So who knows what's going to go on with him facially. Or maybe he's just being a hipster. It's like quite cool to have big beards these days. It don't look good on me. That's why I keep shaving, you know what I'm saying? We haven't seen Leia. We haven't even seen C-3PO, even though I ain't really that bothered about that. So I reckon there will be a couple of trailers coming out. I mean, by the time the film comes out, we'll have to know
what Luke Skywalker's going to look like and what Leia's going to look like. We'll probably have to know what Andy Serkis's character is going to be, because he's apparently going to be a big role. And Adam Driver, maybe he could be Kylo Ren. I have no idea. Maybe Andy Serkis is Kylo Ren. No one's actually said nothing. All we know about Andy Serkis is his voice was the dialogue in the first trailer. So I reckon there'll be 2 more trailers. I think the next trailer will probably give us a teaser of Princess Leia, and then the final trailer before the film comes out we'll see Luke Skywalker. But I mean, I'll take my hat off to J.J. Abrams for, like, from what I can see, he's doing a great job. And like what I'm very happy about is he's really keeping the storyline really close to the chest, so none of us know what's really going to happen. I mean, I've read a few things about it's going to start with you see a floating hand with a lightsaber. If that's how the film starts, it's going to suck. That sounds rubbish. I'm going to laugh if I watch this back after the film's come out and that's actually happened. But anyway, like I say, I ain't watching any more trailers. My prediction for this, out of 10, I'd give this trailer about 8.5, 8.5 out of 10. Because it's got all the nostalgia that you want from the original trilogy, but it's not doing what the prequel trilogy doing, and throwing in a few things like in the first film, you hear Obi-Wan Kenobi say, "I've got a bad feeling about this," and it just, for me, those prequel trilogies, they just don't really match up. They seem rubbish. You know what I mean? Like they just bore the hell out of me. But these films, this new film that's coming out, it looks like it's gonna surpass all expectations. So I'll give it 8 out of 5, and I'm looking forward to the next trailer and definitely looking forward to the new film. So thanks for that. My name's Leo Playa and you're watching Playa TV. Peace.